Meet Daniel Boey, Singapore's godfather of fashion, stylist, show director, and creative visionary. He shaped Runways, champions rescue dogs, and now has his own label. Today we serve chicken à l'orange, bright, bold, and full of flair. I'm Chris Choo, and this is HOTPLATE SG60. Daniel, welcome to HOTPLATE SG60.
Thank you for having me. 60 is the new 30.
Interesting, because what I've seen in the past 10 years, animal welfare in Singapore, all the way to the governmental level, has been positive.
Yeah, and there are also a lot more animal activists, and there are shelters as well to take in these dogs.
Okay.
I hear of people abandoning or giving up their dogs because they can't handle the dogs.
Yes.
But do you know? Have you hired a trainer?
Yeah.
Have you gotten help? I always use this example. If you are pregnant with a baby, right, you do everything you can to prepare the baby for the world. Likewise with dogs. Why don't we do that? With education, I think there'll be a lot more understanding and there'll be a lot less abandonment and empathy. We need empathy.
Do you think
as well.
that Singaporeans, it's on the upswing, dogs, pets?
Yeah.
I take a walk in the park, I see lots of people with dogs that cost a lot of money because most people have pedigree dogs, bull terrier. It's going to cost you a minimum of 4 or 5 grand,
Sure.
right?
A lot of people think that if I buy a dog, my dog is in good condition, in good health.
Yes.
But do they realize where these mummy dogs and daddy dogs come from and the conditions in which these puppies were conceived?
Yes.
Because I volunteer at the shelter called Voices for Animals and they rescue breeding dogs. Leia was an ex-breeding dog. When I adopted her, when she was rescued by Voices for Animals, she couldn't walk. You know, after I adopted her, she went for 2 TPLO operations. She had metal rods down her hind legs. We brought her for therapy and all. But these are the harsh conditions that these dogs are kept. And they're only kept to reproduce, right?
Pets have very much become a fashion statement. And you know, fashion is fickle, right?
Yes.
What a gorgeous Tibetan Mastiff. Before you buy that Tibetan Mastiff, realize how much it eats, realize how aggressive it potentially can be.
I've always been a firm believer that people who buy pets or people who get pets, you should get them to sit for a test. It's like getting a COE. If you need to get a COE for a car, what's to stop a person from just walking to a pet shop? Oh my God, that dog is so cute. Or if the kids say, Daddy, I want that dog. You buy it on impulse. You don't even know anything about the breed. You don't prepare your home for the dog. You don't know what kind of food to feed the dog. So why can't new dog owners or fresh dog owners be made to undergo a course to prepare you for being a pet owner?
Traditionally, breeders who breed not for profit but for the sake of that particular breed.
Yes.
They are the ones who vet.
Oh,
they are the ones who say,
yes.
What kind of home do you have?
My family got our first dog when I was in secondary 2.
Yeah.
All right, we purchased that dog from a breeder, from a championship line.
Yeah.
And even then, I was very young, but I was still old enough to understand the process, the interviews we had to go through. They came to our house, they checked our house, they spoke to every one of us, including the kids, to make sure that we knew how to take care of dogs. They talked to us about nutrition, and then we got to meet the dogs, the daddy dog, the mummy dog, and they have the right to take the dogs back if we prove to be irresponsible owners. So if you say, oh, I picked this dog from a catalogue and I flew my dog in from a responsible dog owner from Ireland, you are flying your dog in from a puppy mill.
Yeah. Your dog that passed away, Leia, right? Was a Weimar pointer.
She's got a bit of like Whistler characteristics. And she's very small for her breed as well. So I suspect that she was probably genetically altered so that people in apartments can get dogs.
A Weimar is a hunting dog. It needs space to run.
Yes.
Out of its natural environment living in Singapore.
Yeah.
Rottweiler, for example, cooped up in, even landed, but small landed. Isn't that being cruel and not allowing them? I'm not talking about yourself.
Absolutely is. Okay, in fact, after I started volunteering at the shelter, I started specializing in rehoming the bigger dogs. Unleashing a dog is illegal in Singapore, but you see all these people unleashing the dogs, even the small dogs.
Yes.
I would never allow an unleashed dog to come close
Sure.
to me because, especially if it's a small dog,
Yeah, you don't know what's
if the small dog bites my dog and my dog reacts, the big dog is always in the wrong.
Absolutely. So, just a very broad question. Yeah, I'm going to switch the topic a bit.
Right,
Now,
right.
I understand you're doing a lot of mentorship now. You're mentoring young designers.
I've always believed in mentorship because I had a great mentor when I first started.
Okay.
This year I celebrate my 35th year in fashion as well.
Yeah.
And I've always believed that, we are a community. And we're not just a community within our discipline. Why can't we work with people from other creative disciplines and come together and work together? I work in the fashion industry.
Okay.
I'm also an animal activist.
Yes.
I also am an eczema warrior.
Okay.
But don't pigeonhole us all into all these things.
Sure.
We can do all three
Sure.
and excel in them.
Sure.
And I try to use whatever influence I've got, whatever clout I've got in each of these industries to cross-reference each other and bring communities together.
Sure. I was honored to be at one of your fashion shows. It was such an interesting thing to experience because it was so high energy.
Right.
And you were running around all over the place. And I was looking at, how do you have this energy?
Fashion, dogs, my passion.
Yeah.
I would never say no to them.
Yeah.
All right. And I think I will work till I drop dead. I don't think I could ever retire. If there's no one to take care of my dogs take precedence. Right? I have different priorities now.
And the luxury of success.
Fingers crossed. I hope so. I've been very blessed. I've been very blessed to have met the right people. I've been very blessed to have had an amazing career. But it's also because I've been mentored by different people at every different stage of my life, which is why I need to give back. One is a group of designers that I've been helping on the side, helping their labels get off the ground, giving them fashion advice. And then one day during a conversation, I realized we need to come together as a collective. As a young designer, especially in Singapore with rising costs, you can't possibly do a 60-piece collection 4 times a year. It's very expensive.
Yes.
Right? And there are fewer and fewer stores that you can, retail in.
Yes.
And will the store support you as a young designer? If 6 designers come together and each person does a 10-piece collection, as a collective, you're a 60-piece collection.
Yes.
Right? You've got stronger bargaining power.
Yes.
Interviews.
Yes.
Because you can design the best things. If no one knows you exist.
Sure.
Right? It's all about getting your name out, sharing resources like production facilities. Okay. So that's one project.
And
which I've
you
done.
started a fashion line of your own, right? Am I wearing?
Yes, I have.
Part
Yes,
of it?
Yes, that's Furry Tales. Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
the
gorgeous.
history of
I like it.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
This year I celebrate my 35th year in the industry.
Okay.
And for 34 years, people have always thought I was a fashion designer. Right?
Okay.
I'm a fashion director. I'm a fashion curator.
Yeah.
I work with designers
Yes.
to tell their stories.
Yes.
So this year, in my 35th year, the catalyst was the passing of my dog Leia.
Okay.
Leia was my sun, the moon, my
Yeah.
world revolved around
Yeah.
Leia and Luna.
Yeah.
And we had wonderful plans of celebrating my 60th
Yes.
together. But she passed really suddenly
Yes.
in December. And I wanted to do something that would honor her legacy.
Yes.
Leia has been the face and a very vocal advocate
Yes.
of adoption,
Yes.
rescues, responsible dog ownership. And I've got this brand called Furry Tales by Leia, which is a series of children's story books. This picture of Leia was from the last photo shoot she ever did.
Oh.
It was a week before she passed. So I got permission from the photographer to put the images onto a series of t-shirts as well.
Okay. What is the Daniel Boey aesthetic?
I think it's anything that I would wear. All right. And I have different occasions where I wear different types of clothes. It's sort of like my uniform, my armor. I like clothes that are easy to wear, not very fussy, but clever clothes. Clothes that are well cut, good fabrics because I suffer from eczema, clothes that you can transform. For example, I have this t-shirt which I named after Leopold, one of my late dogs, and it's got all these D links all around, and you can hang jewelry on it.
Did you draw any inspiration from Singapore at all for your own aesthetic?
Very tough to pin down a Singapore aesthetic. It's not some government-sanctioned, let's put 5 races and together into one outfit. Let's put together a Singapore dress and splatter orchids on them. That's not the Singapore aesthetic. I think the Singapore aesthetic has to grow from ground up.
Yeah.
Whatever people are wearing, and if you look on the streets, there are different tribes. You know, the youngsters wear a certain uniform. You know, whether we adopt that uniform aesthetic from K-pop or Thai pop or J-pop, but we make it our own.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to Shenton Way, there's a different tribe.
Yeah. Do you think Singapore is coming into its own eventually for fashion?
And they're very confident in their voices. You know, they don't feel the need to have to copy from the West.
Yeah.
They are very, very confident in what they put out. Their confidence has given me confidence as well.
I'm very aware of, say, Japanese styles of dressing.
Right.
The marketing is very forward. I don't see much about Singaporean designers.
I think that is one big grouse I have. As much as I try to believe in the designers and mentor them, a lot of them don't put enough effort into marketing themselves. Remember earlier on I said, if no one knows you exist, you can design the best stuff.
Yeah.
The Japanese, the Europeans, they put their name out. People know who they are.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse now with social media. Social media is free.
Yeah. Your eczema, you speak about it openly, and this is a very common skin condition. A lot of Singaporeans suffer from it.
I used to get really embarrassed. And you know, with eczema, you go through your phases. Sometimes your skin looks really great.
Yep.
Sometimes your skin just breaks out and you just don't want to go out. And in the past, I have missed important events. I've missed friends' weddings. I've missed milestones just because I felt I wasn't ready to go out and face the world. You know, I had flare-ups and all that. I've got eczema scars right now. I'm wearing short sleeve shirts. I've reached that stage in my life where I don't care. This is me. Take me for who I am. And if you're going to judge me by how my skin looks, then I'm really not interested in getting to know you. Love begets love.
Yes.
Right? And show by example.
Yeah.
Right? If you show them that there are other ways besides trolling to solve a problem, to communicate with someone.
Most Singaporeans are level-headed people. Push comes to shove, they band together.
I think the greatest example is during COVID. You know, everyone kept saying, if there was any country I wish I could be, I'm so glad I'm in Singapore.
Yeah.
You know, and that showed our spirit, our resilience. You know, we really did band together then.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Oh, okay. That was taken at Fashion Week. I've always told designers that they are their best ambassadors. I've taken my own advice. I'm wearing my own clothes. So throughout the entire Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, I was wearing my own clothes, paired off with the clothes of my mentees.
So your t-shirt and
my
what's
t-shirt,
that? Is
my
that a
bag,
cloak or
that is a jacket which
a jacket?
I put.
Okay.
I didn't want to wear the jacket because if you wear the jacket, you can't see my print.
Yeah.
So I put it on my shoulders. I'm carrying a bag. That bag I designed.
Nice.
It's called the Leia Weekender.
Okay.
So the entire collection started off with the Leia Weekender.
Okay.
Hopefully the brand makes money. And I can put some money and donate it to like dog shelters and at cause and all as well. Yeah.
Wow, you're looking very dapper.
Thank you. This picture was taken exactly 11 years ago.
Wow.
Because in SG50, 10 years ago, I was commissioned to write my autobiography, The Book of Daniel. And this picture made it onto the cover. This was in Florence. It was an accidental picture. I was on my way to a fashion show when someone snapped that picture of me. They liked it so much, they made me walk up and down another 5 times. I'm wearing Thomas Wee, Singapore designer, right? But if I were to wear it today with Furry Tales, I'll probably wear it with a t-shirt. So the key to my style is it's versatile. But I've always also believed in respecting dress codes.
Yeah.
You know, just because you're a fashionista doesn't give you the right to wear flip-flops and shorts to a black tie event.
Sure.
So it's all about respecting your hosts.
And this is...
This is a campaign shoot
Yeah.
from Furry Tales.
Yeah.
I was really fortunate to have the support of several of the modeling agencies in Singapore. And these models have all stepped forward and they said, okay, we're going to do it for free because
Yeah.
it's for a great cause. They are all dog adopters or dog
Yeah.
lovers themselves. And I shot the entire campaign with rescue dogs. Bless the Straits Times. They found out about this, so they did a huge story on the launch of the label. And this is my favorite picture from all the shoots that we did.
And this one.
This, fashion forward in Singapore. You know, I've always talked about evolving, evolution. During COVID, Louis Vuitton did a huge show in Singapore.
Yeah.
This was during lockdown.
Okay.
No one in anywhere in the world was doing anything else.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton picked Singapore to do a phygital show. At that time, no one had done phygital shows except in Paris. And we took a week, we turned the entire Art Science Museum green. And it became a green screen. And not only did we do that, we managed to persuade Marina Bay Sands to switch on green lights.
Wow.
So the drone, we shot that over a week. That's why I said this can only have
that's...
been done during COVID.
Yeah, kudos. I mean,
right?
that would have been, wow, amazing.
We can't do that now. No museum is gonna shut for a week for you.
Yeah.
So the whole of MBS was green.
Yeah.
The Art Science Museum was green, and then that was what the audience saw. But on screen, you saw something completely different.
Yes.
I'm really very proud of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this was the last fashion show I ever did in my life, I will die happy.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me go and cook for you,
Thank you.
and we'll come back here and chat some more. All right?
Looking forward to it.
Daniel, I'm going to be making pretty interesting recipes that are within your dietary needs.
I have to apologize first.
No,
the list is so long.
It's important nowadays. I do get a lot of guests in my private dining. and
Right.
They list their dietary. So today, I
great,
think this may
wonderful.
work. This may work. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to be making you a French recipe.
Lovely.
All right. We are more familiar with duck à l'orange.
Okay.
But today I'm going to be making you a chicken à l'orange.
Chicken l'orange pairs French finesse with citrus punch, a fusion dish echoing Singapore's spirit of contrast and balance.
And then I'm going to pair that with a Chinese Singaporean recipe, which is bitter gourd with scrambled eggs.
That's
This is straightforward.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
interesting,
straightforward thing.
Bitter gourd with eggs is a southern Chinese staple, balancing the body and reflecting quiet strength through bitterness.
So this is like a fusion meal.
Yeah, a fusion meal.
yeah.
I mean, to celebrate Singapore's 60th birthday, we have a big French community in Singapore,
Yes,
and
yeah.
I hope they enjoy this. But it's going to be a bit complex because both are complex recipes. So first thing first, we need to caramelize some sugar
Okay.
for your l'orange sauce. Orange sauce that goes as a glaze. A cup of sugar. The second part, hang on, I've got to season the chicken first.
Okay.
So this is chicken breast. Got to season
Okay.
it well. Black pepper.
I love black pepper. Yeah.
So
Okay, it's caramelizing really quickly.
that's good. So now I've got to seal this meat before we pop it in the oven, and I'm putting in ghee here, which is really flavorful, and lately has become healthy fat.
People say that ghee is healthier than
Yeah.
butter, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay, I think it's starting to get brown.
It should be alright. I always say a prayer in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, say a prayer. So this is red wine vinegar. You see how cooking is a juggling act, right?
It
I mean,
is.
okay, we're doing well.
It smells great.
Now you gotta hold your breath, okay? Because
Okay.
the vinegar's going in and it's going to
All right.
hold your breath.
How do you know when the chicken is done? Just by prodding it?
Yeah, but I'm not finishing this chicken. I'm not cooking
Okay,
it through.
okay,
I'm
alright.
sealing it.
All right.
Then I'll be putting it into the oven. Okay, nicely seared.
Lovely.
Now, and I'm going to pop this in the oven
And how long is it going to be in there for?
about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And now, for this, I'm going to add in some orange. Okay, so all this great stuff that I've glazed, it's gonna go straight in
Oh, right. Okay.
for more flavor. I've got to prepare the next dish. Okay. Push it to the side. Daniel, hope you're hungry. So
I
I'm
am
gonna serve
famished.
you some chicken breast.
Thank you. It smells so good.
Okay, so hang on.
It's
let me-
wonderful. Wow.
And this is the Asian element, the bitter gourd, or we call kokwa. And then we're going to drizzle some. Right on top.
Yes.
This is the orange.
The orange. Yeah. Magnifique.
Yeah. Nice.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna try the bitter gourd.
That's what I'm going to try next. Luna, it's not for you, sweetheart.
It goes well with the sweetness.
But you know, to a person who needs a map to get around my kitchen, okay, I need a GPS to get around my kitchen. I'm always in awe of people who can just take all these ingredients and turn it into this. I could never do this.
It's like when I watch you at the fashion show. You're in your element, right?
Yeah.
It's like you got eyes at the back of your head, and you know, hey, that person's not ready, right? Like,
Right, right.
That person needs to be here. It's like, wow. Fashion really is about paying attention to the details, right?
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it
when
is,
you are making a suit, the more suits you make, the more fussy you become, right?
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny you said that because some people say, oh, you know, you've been doing this for so long, when you start your own label,
Yeah.
it should be a breeze. But you second guess yourself so much.
Yeah.
Because you've got so much experience that you keep asking and putting obstacles in your way
Yeah.
and questioning every single decision.
It's the same process in cooking. What I actually have to do is to get into the zone and feel the rhythm. Because if I'm trying to calculate everything and second guess myself, I'm not going to start cooking. Like what you do in fashion, I just get in the zone and do it.
It's instinct, isn't
Yeah.
it? Right? Yeah.
Cheers!
Chicken
à
à
l'orange.
l'orange. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris. Watch us on
Hot Plate SG60.
Chicken l'orange, kokwa, and heart on a plate. Daniel shows that style can speak up, using his platform to champion rescue dogs. Luna didn't get a bite, but she sure got the spotlight. This is Hot Plate SG60.